Hey Becca, it really looks great. I don't normally do this feedback, but I just wanted to show you a couple things. You might want to incorporate it. Because I think you have such a great portfolio piece here. It looks really professional. But I just wanted to show you a couple things. I was just showing someone else, Amanda, in the class, the same thing, and it kind of relates to drawing theory and skills. So your buildings here, these are both 2-point perspective. So if you want to make them look a little bit more realistic, you might want to actually use these tools of perspective, and you can see the vanishing point here. And then you can see how there's 2 vanishing points because it's 2-point perspective, and you can see how the sides of these boxes, which are like buildings, are measured out. And the backs are smaller, so it's just and I mean, I always advocate people know drawing skills, but they don't have to know how to draw brilliantly, but it does really help to understand some of these theories. See the windows too, the door and everything. So you might want to think of doing something like that. It's the same with the text too. Like text in perspective, again, it's kind of follows the same theory. And what I do is I use Photoshop, the perspective transformation. They have it in Illustrator too, but it just doesn't work as good. So I was just going to show you just a couple little things. I just copy pasted your these couple layers here, and so they're here, and so I can go. I have this layer selected. Photoshop is so much more intuitive. And then I'm going to go up into the edit pull down, and I'm going to say transform, and I'm going to say perspective. So now what I can do is I can make this bigger, and you can kind of already see what's happening with the way this looks. It's you can exaggerate it too. It's just creating a little bit more depth, and notice the shape of this, the shape of these rectangles. Again, this needs to be applied here too. So this isn't accurate. This goes up. I should probably just select that part. So let me go back and not do it here just a second. Don't apply. So what I really should do here is just select with the marquee tool, just this part, and then I need to do that separately. So if you just take this, there's so many ways to do this, but this is just a real easy way to do it. And then I can do that, the edit, transform perspective, and it's just going to affect that side. So then again, I can just go like this, and you can see what happens to this. And then I can apply it, deselect it, and then I can go and do the same thing to this if I wanted to. It's not that hard to even draw it out. I'm just doing it this quick and dirty way just to kind of show you. So then again, I'm doing that, and then I'll go back to the edit, transform, perspective, and then I'll pull this down like that. So again, you can kind of see right off the bat that and you can use this in you don't have to change the lines if you don't want, but again, you can kind of see where's your piece? How it does make kind of a difference in terms of believability. And it's just some subtle stuff that really can, and yeah, see the shape of this part? Well, you can't even see it, huh? But you can kind of see that it does make a little bit of a difference in creating the depth. So I just wanted to show you that, but also with the text, I'm just going to select this text layer here that I have right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go up into the edit, transform, perspective. And you don't have to do it this way at all, but it just kind of illustrates how perspective is a drawing concept. And so I do suggest that, especially somebody that that has talent like you might want to go and just kind of read some of this stuff online. I can give you some links too if you want. But again, doing something like that, even in with your with your signs, with these two buildings, I think would make a difference. I think it would also work to change the shape. This is the shape that kind of bothers me. It's the only thing that really does. And I almost want to see some texture like this on it, but really, really subtle like this, because you can barely see this, but it just creates just a little bit of texture to make it not look like this big rectangular field. So anyway, that's it. I think your piece looks great. So I don't really have, that's about the only suggestion I have. And it doesn't, I mean, it's not going to affect your grade in any way or anything, but I just think that it's, you might as well understand, and think about incorporating some of the drawing tools, just the drawing theories in your work. So, okay, so great job. I love some of the little refinements up here. I just think it looks super great. And you can see how even with this building, its perspective is being used, because see how these ellipses start to flatten out. It's kind of like if you look at a plate or a frisbee and change it, you can kind of see the theory of, perspective in terms of an ellipse. So again, you can see it here and here too. Right here, not so much, because these are all the same size. If you wanted to make these smaller going around, it would also look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so anyway, great job. It was great having you in the class. Yeah, keep in touch on Hangouts. I'm around, and I don't mind giving feedback for your current projects. I would definitely start to think of building an online portfolio. You already have some good pieces from this class. You can do it in code, or you can even just do one of those those template sites like Wix, and definitely get a domain name and stuff. I mean, you're going to need that, and it's just a good thing to have anyway. Okay, so yeah, great job.